Back at you. What another exclusive. From ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of love can't wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Yes, sir. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. It's a Saturday afternoon on the East Coast. That's where I reside. That's where I play. That's where I lay. Yes, sir. So like the video, share the video. What's good, man? You know, New York in the house. New York City. Yep. East Coast is the best coast. London in the house. I never been to London. How is it living in London? I heard it's expensive as hell over there. Damn. I heard about that years ago. Heard about that one in the 90s. People saying how expensive it is. It's in London, you got to pay to take a piss, man. Is there any truth to that? You got to pay to take a piss in London. I heard about it. Small world in London? Is it? No. Yeah, I heard it's a very expensive place to live. Depends on where you go. Oh, okay. It's like that. Gotcha. Yeah, I heard. It's a nice place to visit, though. But it's expensive to live. I heard about that years ago. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get a chance to visit one day. Raise his eyebrows. What are you talking about? You troll in real life? What are you talking about? I love it in London? Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, hopefully I'll get a chance to visit there one day. There's so many places that I still want to visit that I've never been to. I've been to a lot of places, but then again, there's a lot of places that I haven't been either that I'd like to visit. You know? Yeah. Started following you on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Yeah, everybody follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna start posting pictures more often. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Here's the link. That's the link right there. That's the link right there. I just posted it. How was the ladies in Texas and California? Well, I didn't do much in Texas. I just had a layover for a couple hours. In LA, the women for the most part, they were pretty cool. I didn't get out as much as I wanted. But it was pretty cool, man. I don't have no complaints. I don't have no complaints. No, LA is kind of like weirdo land to me. It's like People are very passive aggressive there. It's not like being on the East Coast. East Coast people tend to be aggressive. Like, West Coast is kind of like people in La La Land out there. It's kind of like people are just wasting their lives out there. Kind of. I mean, they're like walking zombies. That's what they remind me of. Of course, it's not everybody, but if you walk around, you drive around, LA, you be like, and if you talk to people, it's kind of like it's a lot of confusion out there. If you just have conversations with people, just listen what they say. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You need to come back to the East Coast. You've been over here too long. It's that type of deal. I couldn't live over there though. I'll tell you that much. I couldn't live in LA. LA has really went down. It's in the 90s, LA wasn't like that. LA is a different type of vibe out there now. And when I said this to a couple of people that's born and raised in LA, and they was like, yeah, you're right. It is different out here. It's not the way it used to be. But you always fearless? If not, what was turning point? Was I always fearless? I would say yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really raised to not be fearless. My parents always told me, hey, whatever you want to do, go for yours. Basically, that was it. If you want to do something, go hard. That's how I was raised, basically. I'm talking like early too. I'm like 11, 12, 13 years old. So I was pretty much always like this. I wasn't like I didn't do a lot of talking. I still don't do a lot of talking. Believe it or not. When I'm out and about, I don't really do a lot of talking. I listen to what everyone else is saying. I put my little input in there, but I usually listen and ask questions and see what other people are talking about. Yeah, I'm not really a big talker all the time. I usually let my actions speak for itself, for the most part. Yeah, I was pretty much raised to be the way I am. Yeah, my parents did a lot of good things. I would say that. But then in the end, they did some things that weren't so good either. But for the most part, I was raised to be this way. Nothing happened to me that I turned out to be the way I am today. No, it wasn't like that for me. No, I was pretty much raised to be this way, Because, a lot of people have a sob story saying, hey, they hit rock bottom and, they went from rags to whatever, or they were homeless and, I didn't have one of them stories. Now, nothing bad happened to me. Like, I never was homeless. I wasn't starving on the street or, in a homeless shelter or nah. I have some things that happened to me as a kid, but it's just regular shit, man. That's all really. But it wasn't nothing that really hampered or stopped me from doing anything, really. That's a good question. Like New York City. Well, New York City, people tend to be very aggressive up there. But it's not like even New York City is not the way it used to be. So yeah, that's a good point. Your mind plays tricks on you. Break that down. Yeah. Yeah. If there's something wrong with your mindset, what steps could you take? If something wrong with your mindset, well, the first thing you got to do is you have to be aware that something's wrong. You have to be aware of it first. And you have to be open to receive new information. That's where you start from. And you have to strip down all the trash that's been put in your mind. That's where you start from. All the bad programming, all the negative programming. That's where you start from. Because that's all the negative programming, the bad programming, that's what got you tricked, stuck. That's got you in a position that you're already in, that you don't like. What up, G-Star? Yeah, that's why you keep getting trapped up and manipulated and taken advantage of, because your mind ain't right. You're not in the right mind. You're living for somebody else. You're seeking for validation. You're all over the place. You fall for almost anything somebody tells you. You believe everything you see in the newspaper. You believe everything you see on the news. You believe everything in the magazines. You believe everything they tell you on the job. I can go on and on. You believe everything you see on the surface. You believe everything the celebrities say. You believe everything the media tells you. You believe it all. You believe all the numbers that people say, hey, the birth rate is this number. The marriage rate is that number. And on and on. You believe everything. Every time somebody throw out something, you believe it. Just because it's some federal agency, you believe it. Oh, they would never lie like that. Why would they lie? What they're gonna get out of it? The black and white thinking. It's like that. There's a guy that sent me left a comment yesterday, or maybe sometime last night. I replied back to him today. He was like, hey, could you please explain to me why black women are so demanding and the birth rate is at such and such number, and I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And I said the reason why you don't get it is because number one, you don't understand human nature, especially female nature. And you're trying to justify everything with logic. That's why you don't get it. You're trying to treat people like they're machines, like they automatically supposed to do something. That's why you don't get it. You don't understand social engineering, where it's like I can predict your action before you even do it. If I put you in the right environment and I put certain things in place, I can almost predict your actions. I've done that when I invited women over to my house. I've done that many times. I've taken women out of town with me, invited them over to my house, put them in the right environment, whisper little nice things in their ears. Let the magic begin. Y'all know what happened next. I've done that in my own little environment. I've done this at work, dealing with supervisors and managers. It's chess, not checkers out here, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you better find out real fast, because it's not going to get any better out here, especially if you live in a big city. If there's something, why do you influence a man to get laid rather than get into a relationship? Why do you influence a man to get laid? I don't influence anybody to do anything. As far as getting laid, I don't influence women to get laid. I don't. My philosophy is this: if it happens, it happens. If it don't, that's cool too. I don't influence anybody to do anything. As far as getting laid, no. I don't influence them to get in a relationship with me either. Everyone has free will around me. I have an open door policy. People can leave anytime they want. They can stop calling me anytime they want. I'm not attached. I'm not trying to hold on to people in my life. Everyone has free will around me. If they don't want to talk to me no more, cool. I beg no one to be around me. I've been like this for 20 years. And nothing happened to me. I ain't got no baggage. Nobody hurt my feelings. I've heard all this before. Nobody hurt my feelings. I didn't have no bad breakup. I didn't have any of that stuff. I had people say, hey, you must got your feelings hurt. No, I didn't. No. Like I said, I was raised to be this way. My grandparents and my parents raised me to be this way. I actually saw my grandparents and my parents demonstrate what I talk about. See, the thing is, my parents and my grandparents and my great-grandparents lived to be so old. So see, I'm like one of the only people, very few people that I know. I met my grandparents and my great-grandparents before they died. Most people can't say that. See, everyone lived to be so old in my family. So I saw this as a young lad, as a young kid. My grandparents died. My grandmother died. She was 102. And my great grandmother died. She was 97. So that tells you, says a lot. We have long life in my family. And I still have uncles that's 70, in the 70s and 80s. They still living. They back home doing whatever they want to do. I still have aunts in the 60s. You know, if my mom was living, she'd be 85. If my dad was living, he'd be 93. You know, what made you move back to Atlanta? Did you not like Charlotte? Just curious. To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of any of these cities, Charlotte or Atlanta. But I think what happens is I've been away from Charlotte for so long, just wasn't the same anymore. You know, that's what it was, and things just didn't work out, man. That's all. Nothing, there's nothing I can pinpoint to one thing. Things just didn't work out, man. That's all. So I just decided, hey, I'll just go back. Plus, I was really going back and forth the whole time for 5 months, really. I never really, quote, quote, moved back to Charlotte. I was going back and forth to Atlanta, to Charlotte. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Do I believe in love? Yeah. But not the love that you see on television. Not the love that most people live by. I believe in unconditional love. And most people got their own type of love. I think, most people's concept of love is kind of shallow and superficial. I think most people when it comes to being in just interacting with people in general, I take the whole concept of love out of the picture, because it gets confusing, because see, one person might say, hey, I see love like this, I see love like that. And then some people, depending on where they're born and raised, they don't have no concept of love. It doesn't exist in their culture. So what I do is I take the whole concept out. I wrote about this in my book, Love Can't Wait. So what I do, I said, let's do it like this. Either you like me, you care about me, or you don't. And I don't care where you're from in the world. I don't care what language you speak. Everybody knows what that means. There's no confusion with that. Either you like me, you care about me, or you don't. So I keep it simple. So no confusion. Now see, if you throw love in there, if you say, hey, do you love me? Oh, it's going to be a bunch of different definition, a bunch of confusion. Oh, if you love me, you wouldn't have done that. If you love me, you would pick me up. If you see, love is, they done prostituted the word love. They make it seem, hey, if you love me, you gotta do a certain type of action. No, no. That's why I take the love out of I take the love out of the whole situation. Let's strip it down to the core. Let's keep this thing simple. Let's not play games and get confused. Now we can work our way up to love. That's a process. But we got to get past the differences and the we got to get real. You know, in the beginning, people put the best foot forward, and they placate and they say one thing, and we got to get past all that first before you even get to love. Most people don't even stick around long enough. A lot of people, when they start to really love somebody, they get scared. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm out. It's too much for me." How many? You probably heard someone say something like that. Oh, it's too much. I can't take it. So it's a natural, organic thing. It's like doesn't have to be explained. God bless me. God bless you too, James Jackson. Does life get easier when you have a woman or harder? It depends on who you're around. Really. You're only as strong as the people that you have around you. But that just depends. Really. It can be harder. It can be easier. Really. It depends on what type of person you are. Depends on who you have around you. What I can tell you is this. If you have a woman, there's certain doors that can be open. There's certain opportunities that can be open to you. But if you're single, certain doors are not going to be open to you. That's what I would say about that. And you don't necessarily have to be married. It could be your girlfriend, or it could be somebody that you're close to. But when people see you with a woman on your arm, people tend to look at you different, especially couples. That's what I would tell you. Is women across seas better than women in the U.S.? I heard they were. I don't know if they're better. I don't think they're better. I would say they're different. And women in other countries they're socialized very differently. That's a fact. They're not better. I actually think, believe it or not, as a collective, women in America are the best women. When I say America, I'm talking North America and South America, and anywhere in between. Central America, South America, North America. The best women are here. Can you find a good woman overseas? Yeah, of course you can. But I'm saying as a collective, as a group, the best women are in North and South America, in Central America. These are the best women. You know, the quality of women drastically drops once you go to these other countries. You know, I'm just saying, nothing against you go to these other countries, the quality is going to drop. You know, nothing against these other, you know I got a lot of followers from other countries, Europe and the islands, and I'm just saying. Yeah, I got followers in Japan and Middle East. They're socialized very differently. That's all. But can you meet a woman overseas? Yeah, of course. If you go about it the right way, though, you have to go about it the right way. Because if you don't go about it the right way, a lot of these women are going to look at you like you're a meal ticket. So you got to be careful. Now, some people will say, hey, what about Brazil? Well, Brazil is South America. Like I said, What about Chile? Chile is South America. Well, what about Mexico? Mexico is considered to be Central America. Hey. And then they'll be like, well, what about Sudan or places like that? I can't talk about Sudan. I've never been there. But that's how that is. So like the video, share the video. Let's see. You say you are as strong as the people around you, but what if everybody around you is on some BS and you the only one really trying hard to strive in life? But you say roll by yourself? Yeah, roll by yourself if you have to. And start you a new network of people if you have to. I've done that. What? I've had to do that. I've done that twice. I've done that twice since I've been living. I cut everybody off and start all over again. Yeah, you might have to do that. When I was in my 20s, I was hanging around. I want to hang around the best people when I was in my early 20s. So yeah, I just decided one day I'm just cut all these people off. But see, the people you hang with is a reflection of you too. So you got to keep that in mind. So you're a mirror. So don't act like all the people ain't around you ain't worth a nickel, and don't be pointing the finger like that. If you want to point the finger at them, you got to point the finger back at yourself too. Just keep that in mind. Because a lot of people they like to point the finger and act like there's something wrong with everybody except for them. No, the people you hang with are a reflection of you. That's why y'all get along so well. That's why y'all have things in common. Y'all a lot alike. That's why they don't call you out on your BS, your bad behavior. You hang around a bunch of yes men all the time. Everybody's telling you what you want to hear, telling you how great you are. All this nonsense. What are some traits in yourself that you have noticed women find irresistible? Uh, Man, that's a good question. And you're asking some good questions, Chris. I would say, huh, hmm, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Hmm. Hmm. I would say, I don't know, man. I got to think about that one. I don't know. That's a good question, though. Tips on marketing when starting your own business. Or what do you want to start? What type of business? If you're starting from scratch, the first thing you got to do is who's your ideal client, and what do they want, and do you have the means and the support and the skills to help them, and how you going to get in front of them. That's what I would say about. That's a good starting place right there. Vibe, rationale. That's a good starting spot right there. That's the problem. Newly rich people have everybody around and afraid to tell them the truth because they scared of getting cut off from the bag. Yeah, a lot of that's going on. A lot of yes men out here. People don't. It's people that I know personally that they're like the big fish in the pond where they from, and the people around them never call them out. They do bad. They they demonstrate bad behavior all the time. And then they'll come around somebody like me, and I'll be like, "Yo, man, that ain't cool, bro." I'm like, "Yo, I don't know. Maybe that's how they do it where you from, but over here, bro, that ain't cool. No, that ain't cool, bro. You don't do that around. Don't do that around me. You can do that around. Go back home and do that. But I don't tolerate bad behavior or rude behavior. No, man, that some things ain't cool, man. But people won't call them out because that they're the big fish in the pond where they from. They got the bag where they from, so people ain't gonna say nothing. They'll be like, "Oh, that's how he is, man. You know how he is." Yeah, but that don't mean that's cool. Some people, some things have to be called out. To start a successful business, everything is about mindset. You got that right. Are you determined? I know it sounds like bull BS to say mindset, but trust me, it's true. Yeah, that's true, Apple Mac. You're right. If you don't got the right mindset, you're gonna give up. Talent is overrated. I said it. Talent is overrated. Talent is overrated. I know a lot. I met a lot of people with talent last weekend. They got talent, but they not doing nothing though. They start, quit, start, quit, start, quit, start, quit, or some don't start at all. They just keep spending money. They don't start anything. And then they laughing and giggling like something funny. You know, I'm like, what? What's so funny? You got some money to throw away? Give me some. You got some money to blow? Okay, my situation is me and my son mother broke up. She was like a lot of drama, Real Housewife of Atlanta. She gossiped a lot, and I read about and now want to start a business. I feel like I outgrew her. Well, okay, Chris. I mean, you can do what you want to do, bro. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Really, it's just me and the black family is breaking up, but hey, that's life, bro. I mean, you gotta keep it going. Look, man, everybody. Hey, Chris, how old are you? How old are you? Yeah, yeah. Spend time with you. 32? Oh man, look. You assume that y'all probably met when y'all was in 20s, late 20s, and you assume that y'all's gonna be around forever, the rest of your life. Look, man. Some people you're gonna meet, they just not gonna they're just not gonna stick around that long. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. Look, eh, most people you meet are gonna come and go, regardless of how you feel. There's nothing you can do about it. A very small percentage, a handful of people are gonna stick around until you get old. People you meet today, the next 10, 20 years, they're gonna be gone. You're not gonna be talking to them. You ain't gonna see them no more. That's how it is. Nothing you can do about it. That's called living life. I'm the guy that told you about Amazon in 45 in Charlotte. Oh, you're that guy. I remember you now, Chris. You spoke on the phone before you told me Charlotte was slow. Yeah, I remember you now. Look, people come and go, man. You're still a fairly young guy. In another 10 years, bro, you're gonna be around a whole new set of people. And it ain't gonna be like you're gonna look back and you be like, you know, that wasn't so bad 10 years ago. All the stuff that happened. That's how it is, man. I've met people where it's like, I want the relationship to last forever. Whether we friends, girlfriend, marriage, what I want. If I meet somebody that I like, this is just me personally. Today, if I meet somebody that I like, which is very rare, I want the relationship to last forever. But the odds are against it. The odds are against it. Because we have so many distractions out here today. And people are very selfish, more than ever. And they're not thinking like that. Most people are not thinking like that. Most people are thinking like this: hey, what can I get out of this? Out of this relationship, being around this person. That's how most people look at it. They be like, they're not thinking about what y'all can build together. They're not thinking like that, bro. They're thinking like, hey, what I'm getting out of this? you know, and as soon as they realize that they're not getting nothing out of this, they move on to the next person. You taught me I don't have to get married to the state. I can actually get married where the state has nothing to do with it. I've been listening to you, Ben. That's what I said. Got your book. Yeah, you don't got to get married to the state. You don't. Especially today. My goodness. Yo, 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, most women would be like, hey, this relationship ain't gonna continue the way it is unless we have some form of commitment. That's how most women would be talking back when I was growing up. Today, man, you have 2, 3 women, bro. And doing whatever you want. With all 3 of them. With no papers. You have your own papers, but you ain't got to get married to them. Women are giving up everything. Giving up the whole farm, everything, man, today. If you that dude, forget about it. You ain't got to hide nothing. You ain't got to lie today. You can be honest. Either they're going to stay or they're going to leave. That's it. And if you that dude, she ain't going nowhere. Now, some women will say, I never share a dude. Oh, they do all the time. They share celebrities. Get out of here. Well, some people, well, you ain't no celebrity. Well, you know what? You don't have to be a celebrity to do what they do. You don't have to be a celebrity that have women share you with other women. It happens all the time. There's more women than guys. So women have to share guys today. They got no choice. Really. They might think they have a choice. In reality, they don't. Now, let me tell you, the reason why women say, I would never share guys, because they don't want their friends to know how they feel about it. That's what that's really about. But you have women that will sneak around and be with married guys all the time, but they will never, most of them will never tell their friends they sleeping with a married guy. That's what that's about, really. If you get down to the bottom of it. Oh, well, I'll be starting my page next year. YouTube page next year. I'll be on the same stuff you on, pretty much. All right, that's cool, man. And today, you get married, you putting your dick on the chopping block. You remind me of the old Dave Chappelle. Yeah, people have said that to me, man. They said some of my talking points. I've had people say stuff like, some of my talking points are like Dave Chappelle. I'm like, really? I thought about that, and I'm saying, well, yeah, I could see, especially the new stand-up he got. I said, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, we do talk about some of the same stuff, But he's an entertainer. He's a comedian. I'm not an entertainer. Even though he be saying some real shit, though. The funny thing, the sun ain't came up today here, man. It's weird. It's weird weather lately. The porn industry is the only industry where all the women made more And the man, now that all these average chicks all over the net posting saying they online for free. Born girls can't make no money. Yeah. Yeah, there's no money in porn no more, man. Unless you're a brand name, well-known person. A lot of those girls, they got their own websites now, their own personal websites now. So they make money. But you can build a brand online if you want to do porn, home porn. That takes time. But it's not the way it used to do for them big labels in the porn business. There's no money in that no more. For a lot of them production companies, the way it used to be. But some girls don't have to work for them big companies no more. They don't. Thanks to Instagram. Instagram, they women are a real discreet prime example of slavery. The world loves to tell you about white men raping black women, but the world don't tell you how many white female slave masters rape black men. Yeah, that's true, Chris. They tell you basically what they want to tell you. Basically, that's basically how it works. They tell you what they want to tell you. The genius of Chappelle is that he has the ability to tell them people to their face how messed up they are in a way that either they can't understand or think that is funny, which is yeah, David Chappelle is a genius storyteller. I'm talking like, his storytelling is like, you can't even describe this shit. Genius storytelling. I think he's the best I've ever seen on stage as far as storytelling. I mean, Stephen King ain't got nothing on David Chappelle. For real. Hey, David Chappelle need to write a book on just his journey as an entertainer. For real. I'm not saying he should do it now. Maybe a couple years. I would 5-10 years, I guess. I'm telling you, he's the best. He's the best storyteller I've ever seen on stage. Well, the reason why I said Stephen King, because a lot of people say, Stephen King is a great writer and director or whatever. And I agree. He is he's a great director and writer. I agree. He came up with some crazy movies. But it's very unique, though. But Stephen King ain't on stage, though. So that's why I got to give it up to David Chappelle. Yes, also, there was plenty of white female that chop off black women's breasts to prevent them from babies. Yes, Dave Chappelle is real. He never put on that dress. Yeah, he didn't put on no dress. You know the crazy thing, man? They don't tell you everything that happened during slavery. But some of the stuff that I read, it's no comparison to what you hear. It's like these people were vicious back in the day, boy. They did exactly what they wanted to do. And everybody knows slavery wasn't cool. But at the same time, they be like, hey, I wasn't born back then, man. Hey, that was my great grandparents, man. Hey, man, I shouldn't be held responsible for that, man. Hey, it's that type of talk too. We just supposed to forget about it. But when it's somebody else's turn, it's like, hey, wait a minute. You're being disrespectful. Hey, wait a minute. This double standard, man. Come on. You don't see that as a double standard, man? Come on, man. What's going on here? So it's that type of talk, Claude Anderson's book called Dirty Little Secrets. Yeah, no, I don't have a book. I don't have that book. That's like 3 books, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy him though. I got the newest one. I got it in here too, man. I think I got it right behind me on the shelf. I forgot the name of it. I haven't read it yet. Not all of it anyway. Harriet Tubman movie is coming soon. Yeah, I heard about that. They had no one to tell them it was wrong to treat human beings that way. Oh, they knew it. They knew what they were doing. It was all about profits. It was all about profits. It's not about doing the right thing or no. Look, they believe in domination. And they still believe in that to this day. It's about domination. It's not about working nothing out, negotiating, or keeping the peace. No, it's about domination. That's what you have to understand. You can't work nothing out with somebody that believes in domination, believe in controlling everything. You have to force them to do things. That was so recent as well as it's like, how can you expect everyone to be suspicious of you? You're supposed to forget, but they teach their kids everything they pass down. Pieces they cut off back in 800 jars and all that parts. You plan on having kids on? Yeah. I plan on having kids. I could have had kids a long time ago, man. I had chances, man. I just decided to wait, man. When they want to negotiate with you, that means they stalling for time to better figure out how to destroy you. Yeah, that's true. That happens a lot. Yeah. Anyone wants to call up? 800-315-8203. You got questions, I got answers. I gotta grab my phone. Got to grab my phone, man. Sis. Yeah, call up Chris. It's hard for me to watch. Yeah, I don't watch slavery movies. Yeah, I don't watch that shit, man. Yeah. Yo,
Yo, Sharp.
What's going down?
Yo, Sharp, what's going on with you, man? Yo, it's Chris.
Oh, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Oh, man, everything's good, man. You know, I just wanted to holler at you for a minute, man. So, yeah, I see that you moved back to Atlanta, man. You know, I'm still up here in Charlotte, you know, but I'm debating on moving back to Atlanta myself, man, because you know, Atlanta is really where I'm from. But you know, I just wanted like a change of scenery, man. So, you know, I tried out Charlotte. Charlotte is alright, but to me, my personal opinion, nah, it ain't nothing like Atlanta though, man. I mean, it ain't nothing like Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true. It ain't nothing like Atlanta. You got that right. How long you been living there now?
You know, I've been living in Charlotte since like 2014, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good time. That's 5 years. That's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I gave it a shot, man, and you know, not to like, you know, really pour my feelings on the table. No, I ain't that type of cat, but it's like, you know, yeah, it's like, you know, me and my son's mother, you know, we going through it or whatever. Now, it's like, now, of course, if we didn't have any children, now, yeah, everything, you know, you're saying, the other content creators, everything that you all are saying is, it's A1. Like, it's, I mean, yes, I would do it, but, you know, when there's kids involved, you know, it's like you have to maneuver different because it's a system out here for the women, you know, so it's like you have to maneuver different. You can't, like, you know, you can't beat on that girl. You can't really do too much to her, man. You know, it's child support out there, spousal support out there, so it's like you sort of got to, like, you know, watch your moves. You know, at least that's the type of cat I am, because I don't want her, you know, not you know, I don't want her to try to, like, you know, put me on child support, take my money. Then that's, you know, finances that I can't give to my sons when they get older, you know, because of this beat that she's trying to put on me.
Yeah, you're right, man. You have to move different out here. You're right about that. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
And see, and this my other thing, man. Lord's willing, you know, I plan on starting me a page next year. You know, my page would be more so about, like, you know, I love what every content creator is talking about. But see, I've been a cat that you know, I've been through relationship problems, but it's like I've been through problems, like, you know, with children though. Like, you know, I've been through women telling me kids was mine. I paid child support, found out the child ain't mine, but I took another DNA test for another child. That child ended up mine. I had to fight for full custody. I'm going through this right now. So, like, I'm going to be the cat. If anyone's hearing me right now, look out for me. I'm going to be that cat to, like, you know, help these cats. Like, listen, this is how you get out of the situation. If you have children or multiple children involved, you know, this is how the court system goes, you know. I mean, I would be that cat, like, stepping into the light, Lord's willing, next year, you know. And
yeah,
I brought up the slavery thing, but honestly, I mean, you know, I can talk about history all day, but, you know, I decided to throw up another question about your kid. You know, like, did you plan on having kids? Because, like, you know, I ain't want the conversation to stay on slavery, man. You know, I wanted to, like, you know, bring the subject to something else, man. So that's why I threw that question up. Like, hey, you plan on having kids?
Yeah. Like, you know, like I said, I could have had kids a long time ago, but I chose to wait because when I was in my 20s, man, I was moving around a lot. I was traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know, I just, and I never wanted to have kids when I was in the military.
Right.
So I just chose to wait, you know. And that was my
one more thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep talking. No. Keep talking. You go ahead.
Yeah, that was my thing, really. Yeah, I met 3 women that, you know, if I wanted to shoot the club up, and it was like, you know, it's cool. It wasn't and we actually talked about it. Everything. So it was like, it wasn't like you know, it was like, hey, you know, it was like one of those things where I said, I think one girl was like, I don't remember how we got on the topic. But one girl was like, I think she said she was talking to her dad or something like that. And her dad said something about grandkids, because he don't have no grandkids, right? You know how old people are with the grandkids thing.
Yeah.
And And she said something like, "Well, how would you feel if I was pregnant now?" And he was like, "What the guy you talking to now?" She was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh no, I wouldn't. It would be cool. I wouldn't have no problem with him.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that is pretty hilarious, man. And hey, one more thing, man. One more thing. So it's like, I heard you talking about, okay, see, I plan on traveling the country. I'm not gonna, I'm pro-black. I love my blackness. So
Yeah.
it's like, I want to travel to Africa one day. I want to travel to Brazil one day. But mainly I want to travel to Africa. Now, I remember you speaking about in one of your videos about women across seas. Now, you have one, you spoke your thoughts on it, but, it's another content creator. I listened to him, and he had his shares on it. Now, you were saying, the women across seas, hey, they're not so much better, But this other guy, he was saying, hey, the women across seas are better. There's really no system across seas. They're different, night and day. The women in America are fat, but the women across seas, the heaviest you'll see them is like 120 pounds. So you can lift them up with one hand, and they're more submissive across seas. So when I saw live was going on, I said, well, let me go ahead and shoot this question across him and see what's his thoughts about that.
Well, there is no system. There's no system in a lot of these countries. That's true. The women are obese and overweight here and fat here. That's true. And a lot of these other countries, that's not the case. So yeah, that's true. But that doesn't mean that they're better. Just because they're socialized different, and that's people. You gotta realize people are socialized based on the environment that they're in. So that's why I always say the grass is not green; it's just different type of grass. So it's really on you. What can you tolerate? What can you, it's based on the person. Is she coming over here, or you going over there? It's really on you.
Okay.
Do you get treated different? Okay. Do you get treated different, better? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't know. I don't know how you were raised. Everybody's raised different. I don't know. So it's really hard to say. He's talking about it based on his experience. And that's cool. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you travel, you might not see it the way he sees it. You might not have the same experience that he had. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm glad you told me this, man. And hey, it's only one last thing I would like to say, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you have me on speaker where the world can hear me or anything, or is it just you hearing me?
No, you on speaker.
Oh, okay. Well, sure, that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. But now, yeah, it's like, I'm conscious. So it's like, yes, I want to get married. But I don't want to get married in this country. I don't want to get married, to this system where that, at any given moment, the woman can snap her fingers and take everything that I worked hard for, have to pay high amounts of child support and spousal support. So it's like, now see, this is just me personally. Now, I'm really deep into the Bible. Not none of that 501c3 organization church mess. I mean, I'm really conscious about it, but it's like I'm really deep into the Bible, right? And it's like now when I get married, I'm even going to get married across seas where it's no system. But if I do get married in the United States, I encourage, brothers or men. Listen, like you said, you don't have to get married to the state. You don't have to get that marriage license. I mean, you can easily, unless you know another way, but you can easily type up the marriage certificate yourself. You can do that yourself.
Yeah.
You can do that yourself and get it notarized. And that way, that will be between you and God. Now, see, when you get married to to man, to state, yeah, that's when you get, chopped up in the slaughterhouse because you did it with man, but you don't have to do it with man. You can go through the ceremony, and when you get done with the ceremony, you can type up your own certificate yourself with your laptop, with your printer, print it out. Whoever signs it, whoever marries you, they can sign it. Your woman can sign it. You can sign it. You go buy her the ring. She buy you the ring. Y'all married. Y'all married. The state ain't got nothing to do with that.
No.
And you can type in there, hey, if she chooses to leave, no alimony. That's between y'all two. So what I would say is like, if to all the men, if you're listening to me, if you want to get married, get married in a way where that the United States don't claim it to be a marriage. Where that if they were to see it, you want the United States to say, oh, y'all not married. That's what you want to hear. Now, if you get that marriage certificate, hey, any given time, man, you can wake up 7 o'clock in the morning. That woman be looking at you crazy like, listen, I'm done. And that's your life.
Yeah, that shit happens,
man. That's your life. So, and see, I learned that from you. When you said that, I took it a step further. I did research on it. So I would like to tell everyone else, like I said, I'm gonna start my page next year, but I just want to pass this intelligence and this knowledge to people. Like, let's see, marriage certificate. See, that was created in 1913. That was created in 1913 to benefit the woman. But before 1913, how did people used to get married? Well, black people used to get married just based off of agreement. That's it. I mean, that's how they used to do it in America. Like, it was just based off of agreements. Well, that just from the research that I looked up, it was just based off of agreements. Like, hey, you love me, I love you. Okay, hey, we together. But it was 1913 they came up with that marriage certificate. Everything's benefit towards the woman, and then as years passed, the feminist movement and all that stuff, and child support came into the play. But men, hey, don't get married to this system right here. You get married to this system, hey, you might as well hold a gun to your chest and just kill yourself.
God damn, man.
For real, for real, that's what it is. I mean, you get married to this system right here, you might as well get you a 9, load the clip up to the tip, hold it towards the center of your chest, just blow your heart out the back, man, for real, because that's what you're doing. Because today, this is not 1958, man. This is 2019. We're creeping into 2020, and it's like the women today. Nah, I mean, I'm telling you, these women will wake up 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, you will wake up 8 o'clock in the morning, and you will see her looking at you side-eyed. You're like, baby, what's going on? Want me to cook you some pancakes? Some apple juice. She'll be like, hey, look, I'm done with this. What do you mean you're done with this? No, I'm done with this. I mean, I'm done with this. I already got a lawyer. I'm done with this. Like, you're done with this before you know it. You inside of the courthouse, and the courthouse, they telling you, the house going to her, the car's going to her, kids going to her, and you're like, well, hold on, I bought this myself, but all that's going to her. Like, but what about me? Hey, the hell with you. And then you was learning it the hard way. You walking out with you, man.
Hey, wait, but hold on. There's always exception to the rule, my brother. Let's keep that.
All right, I'm listening.
No, it's always an exception to the rule. Now, that does happen with a lot of guys. That does happen. But you know why that happens like that? In most cases, because
why has it happened?
Why it happens that way? Because there was nothing there. There was nothing there below the surface. There was no connection there. And this is why I say people hang around people and they don't really have no connection. There's nothing there. If you're around anybody, any man or woman, and if they don't feel anything for you, you need to get away from them. That's a dangerous person to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what you're saying is fact. It's fact. And, like I said, I'm not trying to take up your time, man. It's just, there's some things I just wanted to get off, my chest, man. And at the same time, like, I listen to YouTube, certain people, I listen to you and like some other cats, and, hey, me personally, I believe in God, and it's like me being in, this relationship and me coming across the women that I came across, I mean, I have no choice but to believe in God, man. Like this Bible that I'm reading, it's like it's helping me out, man. It's really helping me out, and it's like I'm starting to see things like, okay, now I see why she acts like this. You know, now on YouTube, now, you know, people say, hey, you know, women, they act like big kids, woo, 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 woo. But I'm reading in the Bible, it says the same thing. But what it says in the Bible is, you know, the woman is the weaker vessel. So I said, okay, now I see what's going on. Okay, now, because like, I'm understanding my way, you know, because I take what you say, Sharp, everything you say, pretty much the things that you be saying, man, it is in the Bible. It is in the Bible, man, because some of the things you say, it's like it's in the Bible. It's like, you know, at least I can find it. I can find it, man. So that's why I subscribe to you. I mean, I just learned so much to you. And the way I'm speaking, man, it came from you, homie. For 2016, 2017, 2018, man. Everything I said to you, I learned from you, man. So, hey, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, man. Welcome. Yeah.
All right.
But all right, bro. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Finish your video, man.
All right, cool. There you have it, man. If you got questions, I got answers. Like the video. Yeah. That's how we do over here, man. That's how we do over here. The next couple of weeks, I'm going to be bringing some other people on. New people. And so everybody reads that Christianity was started by the Romans. If you know anything about the Roman Catholic Church, then game over. Catholic Church. Oh boy. That's a video for another day, you know. Oh man. Yeah. Something from the Egyptians, yeah. And the Catholic Church, they just hijacked everything. Put a little spin on it, a remix on everything. They know, Catholic Church, they know the truth. Yeah, you know. Catholic Church, they're not even religious. And they don't practice a lot of the stuff that a lot of these other churches practice. You know, they don't. Even if you talk to a priest, Catholic priest, it's a whole different vibe compared to the pastor at your church that you go to every Sunday. If you go to church, it's a whole totally different vibe. The Catholic priest, he ain't holy, he ain't really spiritual. It's like he's just here. I mean, I met a Catholic priest. This like last month. I went to a wedding. Yeah, y'all saw the picture where I was on Instagram. I was at a wedding that day. I took that picture. That wedding was at a Catholic church. And I met the priest there. It's a total different vibe. It was like, you know, he just living his life, man. You know, it's like you don't really got nothing to tell you. You know. I mean, it's hilarious, man. If you meet a Catholic priest, And if you compare him to the pastor that your mom goes to see every Sunday, you'd be like, oh, this Catholic priest, he's wilding, yo. And you can pick up on it. I can anyway. He don't really got nothing. It's like, hey, what's your name? I'm priest, whatever. you know. So the pastor is allowed to marry. Priest has to be celibate. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, that's a good example, though. That's one rule that they have. We know they don't follow them rules, though. Yeah. They break them rules all the time. But then the little boys, just like the nuns. The same thing. Hey, you celibate. But every once in a while, a nun got to grab a titty. And she gonna jump on some dick from time to time. But then, that's the rules that's written. But they don't follow. They don't follow all them rules, man. Yeah. The Bible is the greatest story ever told. I don't know why they say that, really. But they don't know what they think they know. They do. Yeah. Amen. That's how it is, man. Speaking of, I haven't read the Bible in a long time. I got a Bible right here, but I haven't read it in a long time. It's full of stories. You read about that? Man. Man, I'm sleepy, man. What's going on? Shit. Well, it's been real. It's been real. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. Talking that talk, kicking the game, man. Any comments, concerns, get at me. Check out check out my Patreon. Yeah, that's what you need to check out. Check out my Patreon, man. Yeah, check out my Patreon, man. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.